What's going on, guys? I am back again with another video. I don't know what order I'm going to release these in, but I'm kind of chaining them together, at least while I'm recording them, because I want to keep the ideas flowing. And another idea that I had come to me that I want to talk about is releasing beliefs about yourself that don't serve you. This is something that I've heard from Hamza, even Andrew Tate. It's a message that has really resonated with me, and it's something that I've been kind of thinking about. I have been an introvert for the majority of my life, and I still view myself as an introvert to an extent because I'm just a quiet guy. Like, I don't really talk much, and in certain social situations, even now, like at 25, I'll still like clamp down and just not really say too much. I was recently in Mexico City. I made some new friends, a couple of girls. I was hanging out with them. They invited me to a house party later that night, and in that social situation, I like really didn't say too much. I kind of tried to like go with the vibes. Of course, that situation was a little bit different because the main thing holding me back from talking to people was just the fact that they're all bilingual and obviously like speaking Spanish, and I'm still learning Spanish. When you're hanging out with a bunch of people who don't primarily speak English, they're gonna obviously default to their preferred language, their native tongue. I personally feel kind of awkward like being literally the only English speaking guy in the room. Like I'm still learning Spanish and I have a long way to go. I'm not gonna just impose that on everyone else just for my own benefit. Like, it just feels kind of selfish and like it just kind of feels awkward. So I'll just deal with being, quiet stuff, and it's fine. So there's nothing wrong with that, at least in that situation. But like assuming that I spoke English to everyone like I would anywhere in America, at least, I would have been more outgoing. And it kind of just got me thinking, like a few days after the experience, like, maybe I'm not introverted anymore. Maybe I can actually like release that belief, because I can kind of read the energy of the room to determine how like vocal I'll want to be. Like, if I'm with people I'm very comfortable around, I'll like go ham. If it's people where it's like I don't really feel like I can connect with these people, I'll like kind of clam down a little bit. But like, it's more of a reading the room thing now. But somebody else that I met in Mexico City, like it was just some random guy I met off of couch surfing, and I literally showed up at his place and we talked for like 2 hours straight, and I didn't feel drained. Being an introvert usually means you have like a social battery where you'll run out of steam during social interactions, and I just did not hit that point with this guy. And it was really cool because I'm not really used to that, just a brand new person, and I just didn't run out of things to say or anything. We're really connected about like literally like self-improvement, which is pretty cool, and just like, the cultural differences between like Mexico and the US and stuff like that. It was a really great time. I love meeting people through traveling, which is another thing where it's just like, hey, maybe I'm not introverted anymore, is because I actually enjoy meeting new people. Maybe not as much in the US, but in other countries, like I love it. Like every time that I've been to a new place abroad from the US, I've made a new connection, both like platonically and romantically, honestly. Like, I went on a date with some girl from Tinder in Mexico City, and it went like wildly well, which is kind of wild, but obviously that's another thing. But yeah, what is my point here? My point is that it's really important to let go of limiting beliefs, because it sounds like it's such a cliche thing, but we have our own perception of ourselves, and our mind will mentally hold us to that. I still think I'm an introvert, so like I'll still like pipe down in social situations where I might not necessarily need to be like quiet. Maybe if I just open up and loosen up a little bit and like have some fun, like I'll actually make a connection with someone who I'd be judging from the outside and otherwise wouldn't. I hope that makes sense, but it's true, and it's something that I guess I still perpetually struggle with. But I guess that the trigger for this is the kid that I met in Mexico City. He was just, when I told him that I'm like historically like I'm an introvert, he's like, wow, I would have never guessed that. And another thing that an introvert probably wouldn't do, I guess this is a generalization, but would be to make YouTube videos like this, just because it's literally all about communication and stuff. But yeah, maybe the belief about myself that I need to release is just being introverted, and just more or less accept that like I am a quiet guy, maybe not introverted, because I can honestly match the energy in the room. I can be talkative and like outgoing with certain people. I pipe down on other people, but overall I'm a quiet person, and I don't necessarily feel the need to talk to people. I literally went on a hike by myself yesterday, and it was fine. I met a couple people on the hike, said, hey, put on your spikes, because the thing was freaking slippery as hell, and that's just basic hiker etiquette. People, traveling or they're hiking are generally pretty friendly. But today I didn't really make any effort to go talk to anyone. I just rented a couple lenses and came back here and now I went to the gym and I'm filming videos. But yeah, so I just want to relate my experience about like holding on to identities about yourself and like how they can actually like affect your life. Because being an engineer and also just me being me, I feel like my social skills are something that they need to be like lubed up, for lack of a better term, just because like if you don't use them, they're gonna freaking go away. And I really feel like that now that I'm not like, you know, in academia or anything. And you know, when I work remotely, but when I go into the office, it's like a hybrid thing. You know, I'm talking to the same few people every day, so it's just like, all right, like I really gotta work on my social skills so that I can like branch out and make more connections and meet more like-minded people. So yeah, I hope you guys can get some value out of this. And if you want to hear more of just my spontaneous post-gym ramblings, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.